И всем привет! Мы продолжаем играть в Genshin Impact. Это... Мы снова отклоняемся от заданного курса. То есть, так-то у нас задание «Царь дышит» и 3 волхва, пропавшие хранители деревни. Но я сейчас заранее хочу... Я просто хочу выполнить это задание «Песня полой луны». Танец в юге в сезон чаще. В сизой чаще. Я думаю, что я не так прочитал. Место, где восходит луна. Нод-Край. Блин, да что ж такое-то? Машины ездят все эти. Минус жить около дороги. Ладно, давайте. Подходим к Юлька. Стоп, нет. Это куда-то выше надо. Секунду. Вон он. Вон туда надо. Понял? Сейчас доберемся до туда. Так, как бы... Вон туда. О, все, касцена. Короче, я только сейчас увидел то, что у меня звук не записывался все это время. Ну, именно звук с рабочего стола. Но ничего страшного, я думаю, это... Ну, ничего страшного. Типа, там ничего особого не было. Ого, наш, го... наш город такой большой. Не таким его себе представляла Пайман. Так, а теперь я замолкаю.
Which aspects in particular deviated from your expectations?
Well, Paimon keeps hearing people describe Nod-Crai as an adventurer's paradise. So she kind of thought it'd be a bit more picture perfect somehow.
According to legend, there was indeed an era of peace in Nod-Crai's past, the age of the Fae. Tales of those ancient heroes are still told today. One of the most well-known is that of the Lantern Fae. This individual performed many good deeds for Nod-Crai. The present-day Lightkeeper's nightly lantern patrols are, in part, a tribute to their memory. But then, one day...
What happened?
There came a devastating abyssal calamity that swept across Nod-Crai, and for a time it was left desolate. Heartbroken by what had become of the land they had so cherished, that Fae extinguished their light, just as the abyss had extinguished all hope. Nowadays, the paradise people speak of is more of an aspiration, or an irony, perhaps.
An irony?
Today, no official authority governs Nod-Crai. In theory, at least, it is somewhere a person can do whatever they wish, and become whoever they want to be. The Adventurers Guild is just over there, in Nasha Town's central plaza, and the flagship tavern is over that way.
Hey, what's that building over there? You know, the biggest, tallest one.
That is Aino's Boom and Blast Kuvaki energy cannon. It gets activated when the wild hunt threat level outside Nasha Town reaches a certain threshold. But according to the scan I just ran, the energy cannon appears to be malfunctioning, likely due to a recent discharge.
The wild hunt? Isn't that the abyssal calamity you mentioned that's specific to Nod-Crai?
It is a phenomenon that has been occurring for several centuries now. Yet the time and location of wild hunt attacks are seemingly random. At first, it was more of an old wives' tale that adults used to scare children. If you don't start behaving, kid, some night, the wild hunt's gonna come for you. Listen, do you hear that? That weeping in the fog? Those are the cries of a young woman being dragged away.
You're saying people actually hear things like that?
I have not witnessed enough wild hunt attacks to give a statistically sound answer. But the oldest legends say that all people saw was the ghostly shadow of a woman in the mist. It wasn't until later that it became a full-blown calamity. Abyssal monsters and all.
Huh. When you put it like that, Paimon's really gotta hand it to Aino. Not only did she repair you, but she's even built a giant cannon to keep the wild hunt at bay.
Absolutely. Aino is very impressive indeed. Anyway, according to my schedule, it is time I took you over to the flagship.
Oh, sure. After all, we shouldn't keep Varka waiting. Well, Paimon's not sure if he'll actually show up at the bar this early. You're right about that.
Пойдите в флагман. Так, сейчас. Войдем в этот флагман. То есть мы сейчас должны встретиться с Варкой в таверне. Проще говоря. Блин, застрял. Так, где-то оно тут. Вот тут. Угу. Я помню, да, это точно тут был. Я выполнял тут то ли задание, то ли просто сундуки находил. Что-то такое было. Так, сейчас катсцена. Катсцена.
Here we are, the flagship.
Varka told us to meet him here in his letter, right? Let's see. Varka? Varka!
No matches, I identified.
Huh. So he isn't here after all. Oh, guess we never did actually say we'd be arriving today. Hey, why don't we go ask the owner? If what they say is true, Varka's drinking prowess must have left quite the impression.
Да по-любому правдиво. Сейчас этот бармен скажет, типа, то, что Варка всех все выхлебал и всех перепил.
Huh? Well, well. If it isn't the ineffable Ineffa.
Hello there, Demyon.
You know each other?
Of course! Ineffa's a regular here at the flagship.
So, robots are into booze too?
Not at all. The energy conversion efficiency of alcoholic drinks is very low, and most of them are full of impurities. Still, I can affirm that your berries and fried meat deserve a solid 9.12 out of 10. It has Aino's approval too.
Funny that you should mention that. While you were away in Natlan, Varka would come in here every day to pick up a serving of berries and fried meat for Aino.
Aww. He must have been worried sick that she wasn't eating properly on account of being so hung up about Ineffa being gone.
Actually it's 'cause Varka found out that Aino went wild after Ineffa left, gorging herself on snacks she normally couldn't get her hands on. So it was more worry that she wasn't getting a balanced diet. I think I might have just put my foot in it. Anyway, since you're back from Natlan, these two must be the ones Varka mentioned. The Traveler and Paimon, yes?
Yep, that's us. So, from the sounds of it,
Varka? Goes without saying. After all, he's the only one around here who's ever managed to stay standing after 10 rounds of the roulette special.
Paimon can't believe he's made such a name for himself. Though, guess it's hardly surprising how.
Right now? Must be somewhere near Amsvartnir. That's quite far from here.
Huh? Where's that?
It's a lake in the northern part of Nod-Kraj. Word reached him of trouble brewing around those parts, so he took his knights to check it out.
Oh. So, we missed him?
Varka knew you'd say that. So he specifically told me to make sure you stayed here and enjoyed yourselves. He sends his assurances that everything's under control.
Well, if he's that confident, guess our only option is to accept. Anyway, it's not like there's any special cause for concern. He is the Grand Master, after all.
Exactly. Plus, not only has he booked you into our finest room, he's paid for it in advance, too.
Whoa! yet, but Paimon's got a feeling that we'll get along with Varka like a house on fire.
Oh, and by the way, he also asked me to serve up a portion of berries and fried meat for Anefa. That was prepaid as well.
Thank you.
No, thank you. I'm the one.
Traveler, Paimon, why don't you go ahead and drop off your luggage? I can use this time to go pick up some components that Aino asked me to bring back.
Sure thing. Besides, now that we've got ourselves a map, once we're done unpacking, we might as well go for a stroll ourselves. Why don't we meet up again later?
Oh. So you no longer require navigational assistance?
No worries, we should be fine. We've got a rough idea of our way around town, so Paimon's reasonably confident we shouldn't get too lost.
Thank you. This translates into an approximate time saving of 30%, meaning I will be able to see Aino about 45 minutes earlier than previously projected.
Oh, right. You must miss her a lot, too. In that case, we better get a move on.
Кстати, вот что я вспомнил. Чисто так, мысль. В задании Сумеры, вот недавно буквально, мы там разбирали что-то про одушевленные механизмы. Нет, это я выполнял не задание Архонта, это я выполнял задание Тигнари, то есть, как оно называется, сейчас скажу. Вот, задание Легенд. Где ж? Где? Вот, Тигнари. Блин. Феник. Вот это задание я выполнял. И там был, типа, живой механизм. Я вот чё я вспомнил? И Нефэши тоже вроде как живой робот. То есть она чувствует, можно сказать, ест, пьет. Ну, в общем, все такое. То есть, теоретически, Инефа это более продвинутая версия того робота, который был в этой... Ну, ой, блин, что за херню сказал только что? Ну, короче, тоже живой робот. Угу, ну, интересно. Чисто так, просто вспомнил об этом и решил упомянуть. Так, Демьян. Приветствую, присаживайтесь. Нет ли чего-нибудь выпить? Вот. Что у тебя тут есть? Гранд рулетка. Еще купим. Купить. Так, мясо с ягодным соусом. Не, оно не то чтобы надо, конечно, но купим все равно. Еда. Это отлично, оно восстанавливает здоровье. Это дает выносливости, тоже неплохо. Сколько? 80 единиц выносливости восстанавливает. Это хорошо, а этот тоже дает лечение. Отлично. 30% хп. Восстанавливает 30% хп. Плюс 1750 персонажу. Отлично. Так, тут вроде ничем больше взаимодействовать нельзя. Суровая. Только среди охотников со сокровищами. Так, быстро проскипаем текст. Не думаю, что тут будет что-то полезное. Угу. Так. И нам надо войти в номер. Это сюда. И вот сюда. Все верно, все верно. Так.
Feels pretty nice having someone sort out our food and lodging for us, huh? But is this really the flagship's best room? It's pretty big, make no mistake, but it looks a little worn out, right? Though, to be perfectly honest, that feels right at home with everything else we've seen of Nasha Town. You mean it's got something to do with Nod-Crai's history? Oh, that makes sense. But what exactly was this calamity? Oh, should we try the berries and fried meat too? Paimon's getting hungrier and hungrier every time someone mentions it.
Принц.
Oh, sorry about Paimon wasn't watching where she was going.
Please, there's no need to apologize. If anything, I'm the one who should be sorry. Clearly, I shouldn't have gotten lost in my thoughts in the middle of a hallway.
Wait a sec. Are you staying in the room next to ours?
Ah, quite the perceptive one, I see. First things first, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kirill Chudamirovich Flintz, but please, just call me Flintz.
Так, секундочку. Кирилл, имя Чудомирович Флинц. Погоди, Флинц это фамилия, получается? Потому что Чудомирович похоже на отчество. Ну и Флинц похоже на отчество. Да, блин. Ну не то, чтобы... Так. Ну, Кирилл это по-любому имя. Это я уже знаю. А Чудомирович Флинц, я это как бы уже слышу, но как-то не задумывался, что из этого отчества, что из этого фамилия. Хороший вопрос. Если кто-то знает, напишите об этом в комментарии. Я бы почитал. Хотелось бы узнать все-таки.
Whoa, that's an impressively long name for sure.
Ah, is that so? Names like mine ought to have been fairly common in Snezhnaya, at least in the past. Would I be correct then to assume that the two of you are travelers in this land?
Yep, you sure would be. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We've been to a bunch of nations already, but we only just arrived in Nod-Krai today.
What a rare honor it is to meet such worldly travelers.
Are you here for travel too?
If only I had the time to spare. No, I'm just staying the night.
Oh, so you're here for business?
That's certainly one way to put it. I'm a Ratnik of Nod-Krai, normally stationed near the burial grounds to the north. My sole cause for being here today was to repair this lantern of mine.
Burial grounds?
Your surprise is entirely understandable. Most people cannot even begin to fathom the idea of a life surrounded by tombstones and decay. But if you've heard of the calamitous abomination that is the Wild Hunt, you'll know that in their wake they bring a host of souls tainted by abyssal filth. That then is why we are stationed by the burial grounds, to hold the line where it is most vulnerable.
Oh, so it's all about fighting against the abyss. Oh, sounds like a tough job.
I thank you for your concern. But in truth, I've long since grown used to it. In fact, I like to think it rather suits me. If anything, I'd say I prefer the peace and quiet of a graveyard to the hustle and bustle of urban life.
Paimon sort of gets it now. But even so, she is still pretty sure she could never get used to living in a graveyard herself. For one thing, she'd be too scared to fall asleep at night.
Oh, I assure you, there's no need to worry on that account. The kind of ghosts you find in cemeteries aren't too big on talking. But even when they do, they're usually far more discreet than the living. Well, would you look at that? Who'd have thought we'd end up chatting this long? Must have a lot in common, huh? Forgive me, but I must excuse myself, for the time of my appointment draws near. And in terms I'm sure you'll understand, a lanternless Ratnik is like a mapless traveler. A serious conundrum indeed.
Oh, sure. In that case, you go right ahead. We won't keep you any longer.
Not at all. Should the opportunity present itself, I'd gladly continue our conversation another time. You're always welcome to come visit my grave. The grave I stand watch over. Your visit would bring much-needed light to that place of final rest.
Right. Well, if we get the chance.
Then allow me to wish you a traditional Ratnik's farewell. See you by the graveside.
Ugh. Jeez. What a weirdo. Not to badmouth him at all. In fact, he seemed pretty cultured, but at the same time, kinda spooky? Must be all that time he spent around graveyards. His lantern? No, not really. Huh. Guess you've always had a nose for stuff like this. If you're worried, you can always ask him the next time we cross paths. Hey, don't you start spouting all that weird stuff too.
О, это был хорош. Мне понравилось, мне понравилось, да. На самом-то деле, на кладбище было бы неплохо работать. Единственное, минус это то, что там надо копать. А я не люблю лопатой. Ну, в принципе, я много чего не люблю. Да все равно приходится то или иное действие делать. И ладно, я уже начал. Запустил катсцену.
Paimon almost forgot something super important. Were we gonna go try out the berries and fried meat? But now, heading all the way back to the flagship feels like such a waste.
Please, accept today's boon. Come night or day, may the blessings of the moon goddess shine down upon you.
Huh?
Так, секундочку. Но кстати, сегодня я, по-моему, оставим эту тягу к могилам. Но в свете сегодняшних событий возвращаться во флагу кажется расточительством. Прошу, примите сегодняшнее подношение хлеб наш насущий. Ночью или днем, да не зайдет на вас благословение богини Луны. Ах, хлеб наш насущий. Ох, какая фраза. А? Что происходит? Так, продолжим. Похоже, здесь раздают еду.
Wait, free food? Wow, the people here are so nice. Quick, let's grab some too. Paimon's super curious what their food tastes like.
Moonlight illuminates the path before you, travelers from afar.
Huh? How'd you know we were travelers?
Just now were a song the birds in the sky, singing of your wanderings. You
The birds in the... What now?
forgive me. I should not have laid the words of others out as a welcome mat for our very first meeting. You, too, must be wondering who I am. I am Lauma, moon chanter of the Frost Moon Scions. Please, as do our followers and other passers-by, accept today's boon.
Happy to oblige. Paimon's name is Paimon, and this here is the traveler. Thanks so much for sharing your yummy food with us. We'll take one each.
Think nothing of it. These fruits were the finest we found, delicacies gathered in the wake of the morning dew. It is my hope that partaking of them may lift your spirits to heights anew.
The finest you found? Wow! That sure is kind of you, but wouldn't you want to keep those for yourselves?
The first fruit of the harvest must be placed upon the moonlight altar, not as an offering to the gods, but as a spark for lost hunters. For it is the blade of the starving that darkness most easily corrupts. As perhaps you have already heard, we Frost Moon Scions revere and worship the moon goddess. We believe that together, virtue and compassion are the shining light that will lead us all out of the long, dark night. And now, with tides of haughty Fatui swarming into Nod-Crai, driven by greed and greed alone, more than ever before, we must all unite under the banner of virtue.
Huh, look who it is again. Those unsufferably kind-hearted Frost Moon Scions. Got enough for us too?
That's right! 2 servings each! We're starving over here!
The Fatui! After what you've been doing to our sacred statues, how dare you even show your faces?
Wilhelmina, bestow today's boon upon our guests.
You hear that? No slacking now. We'll have the very best you got.
But, my lady, they...
Please, you two, accept this meal. But remember this. Kindness is the first lantern left to guide those who stumble in ignorance.
Come again?
Let me finish. But should they still refuse to follow the moonlit path, then by our frosted blades shall we show them its shadow.
You!
Hey, look who it is.
Tch, whatever. Just you wait. We'll be coming for you. Huh? Where's the meat? Who wants to eat this?
Those stooges really are the worst.
Ever since they came to Nod-Crai with all their weird equipment and built that so-called experimental design bureau, our lives have been turned completely upside down.
Judging from how they reacted just now, it seems the Fatui already know who you are.
Well, we have gotten in their way in pretty much every nation we visited, so we're probably at the top of their blacklist by now.
I see. Then, on behalf of the Frost Moon Scions, I thank you for the goodwill you have shown us. Because if they had gotten ahead of themselves just now, I'm sure you would have stepped in to help. Just as the birds and beasts put it, your arrival heralds joy to us all. Besides, for a weary traveler far from home, what better respite than to bathe in the moonlight? You will always be welcome at the Frost Moon Enclave, the place we call our home. May we meet again in the moon's gentle glow.
These are delicious! So refreshingly fresh! Those two Fatui wouldn't know a good thing if it came up and bit them on the shoulder. Looks like Inefa isn't done with her shopping yet, and the Adventurers Guild is still empty. Where should we head next? Good idea! Wouldn't want to let the Kuhenki down, after all. Let's see... Okay, Paimon's got our route all figured out. So, all that's left to say is... don't fall behind! This is Nuts and Nuts. It's mostly a fruit shop, but there's a crafting bench too. This is the Speranza, one of the travel guide's recommended restaurants. All the waiters here are kids. This is the Vesnitsi Prolecha greenhouse. Apparently, their flowers are all made of metal, so they'll never wilt away. And this is the Rossum Workshop. If you ever need a weapon made, this is the place to go. And over here, they've got a super tall observation deck. Whoa! Take a look at that! You can see really far out into the distance. That way's north, and that looks like something built by the Fatui? And then over there to the west, that must be the place Lauma mentioned, where the Frost Moon Scions live. So, what'd you think? Even if Inefa kinda stole her limelight earlier, this just goes to prove that Paimon's own tour guiding skills aren't too She sure is! It'd take hundreds of years of practice to beat the best tour guide in all of Tibet. Huh? Look! There must be someone at the Adventurers Guild now. There's already a line forming outside. Looks like we'll finally be able to ask about your spaceship. Oh, or was there anywhere else you wanted to stop by first? Where? Which one are you... Oh. Now you mention it, Paimon's noticed it too. Ugh. Better not be who she thinks it is. Anyway, where we go first is completely up to you. Either the Adventurers Guild, or that suspicious-looking shop. A word of warning, though. If we step into that shop, be sure to keep a very close eye on your Mora.
Так, осмотрите наш город. Дополнительные цели. Сейчас, подождите. Добро пожаловать в наш город. Инвестиционный портфель, книжный магазин, источник. Бла-бла-бла. Грант рулетка, флагман. Так, и что у нас тут есть? Место, где восходит луна. И место, где восходит луна. Угу. Понятно. Лучше телепортации, телепортируемся.
Lucky us! The line seems to be gone now. Come on, let's go say hi to Catherine. Hey, Catherine, we meet again.
How ridiculous.
Huh?
They often say that mortals, shackled by their own flesh and blood, may fail to perceive the truth of this world, even when it is right beneath their very noses. Yet I had not expected to have the pleasure to witness such heights of absurdity firsthand.
But Paimon must have gotten the wrong person. At second glance, you do seem a bit younger than Catherine, and you certainly sound a lot less friendly.
A creator might forgive ignorance, but being mistaken for one of my own creations is beyond all pardon. Look very closely, for standing before you is none other than Marionette, 7th of the Fatui Harbingers.
A harbinger?
I told you already, I'm not Catherine. Just how obsessed are you with my machines? Today's encounter is merely a courtesy call. A friendly warning, if you will. You interfered with my work once before, with that little robot. I let it slide. After all, it was nothing more than a distraction, a side project at best. But we are in Nod-Crai now, and as such, I strongly advise you not to stand in the Fatui's way. Otherwise, the next time we meet, I might just have to drop all this meaningless etiquette.
Oh, please. You've got some nerve coming out with barely veiled threats like that. You're the one stirring things up here.
Oh, perhaps you have misunderstood. Just because Nod-Crai lacks a ruler at present, that does not mean it should not be ruled. We Fatui are simply established.
Yeah, right. More like shady experiments, judging by your massive, creepy research facility.
I've said what I came to say. What you do next, only you can decide. So why don't you start by using your already limited processing capacity to calculate your even more limited options? And, being the refined young lady that I am, I shall indulge you just this once. Ad Astra Abasask. Welcome to Nod-Crai, Dominion of the Fatui.
Ugh! Paimon's so mad right now! How can anyone so obviously evil be so annoyingly self-righteous? But if a Fatui Harbinger is here to greet us in person, that can only mean one thing. We'll have to be extra careful from here on out. Paimon hates feeling like she's being watched. Hey! The real Catherine's back!
Ad Astra Abyssosque. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. How may I help? I will do everything I can to assist you.
Oh, you're so much nicer to talk to, Catherine. Please don't let...
И довольно-таки близко к точке телепортации. Дополнительные цели. Да-да-да, мы все это знаем. Не показывайте мне этого. Уберите это меню. Все, понял. Хватит. Так, ладно, Катерина. Ну, тут все по-прежнему. Это хорошо. Вот это номер 7 или какая она там? Чё-то не особо. Слишком уж как бы. Чё тут как-то... Даже не знаю, как это как сказать. О, Люба, сейчас, секунду. Так, я помогу. Отлично. Рассказывайте ей про голубей у городских голубей. Так. Поведи всех роботов на поле боя за 2 секунды. И как? Если честно, я что-то не особо понимаю. Я зачем это сделал сейчас? Не, это проходило там 2 этих, но... Я не понимаю, я сам не понимаю. Так, ладно. Давайте попробуем. Так. Сейчас быстренько сделаем кое-что. Меняем тебя на тебя. Переключаемся. Телепорт в Монштадт. Долина ветров, телепорт. Кстати, у Аумы довольно-таки большая душа. Хочу вам сказать. Сейчас быстренько резонанс Санема. Угу, хорошо. Потом телепорт в Нод-Край сюда. Дети Морозной Луны. Где живут? Нам нужны вот эти аллеи. Давай. Так. Ну и... я что-то не пойму. Ладно. Давай ты. Все. Вот так. Отлично. Отлично. Секунду. А потом мы возвращаемся сюда. Точка телепортации. Телепорт. Вообще надо уже заканчивать, потому что долго я снимаю. Так и где? Вот сюда. Угу. Так. Я помогу. Так, вот. Голуби. И вот отсюда. Вон туда. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Серьезно, даже это не помогло. Тогда я не знаю, что. Посмотрим, давайте в отряд заглянем. Кто может помочь в этом деле? У кого там удары по области? Атак по области? Я, если честно, не помню. Блин. Ладно. Нет, давайте. Это я буду делать за кадром. А сейчас... Всем ставьте лайк. Так. Всем спасибо за просмотр. Ставьте лайки. Подписывайтесь на канал. Всем спасибо. Всем пока. Пока-пока.